everyone, it's the summer and it's very hot in New York City. I mean, check this out. My car was parked in the shade under the cover of trees and it's still 93 degrees inside. And with temperatures like these, everyone wants to stay cool next to an air conditioner or maybe go to the beach. Or another option that I may suggest is to come and visit a place like this. We are standing in Clark Botanic Gardens out on Long Island. It is a beautiful place to come and just relax under the cover of the trees and enjoy the views and sounds of nature. The best part about this place is that it's open to the public and it's totally free. Even the parking for your car is free as well. And that is one thing I love about New York City and Long Island, is that there are plenty of places that you can go and visit that are absolutely free and provide a charming atmosphere that is just right to get away from the everyday problems and headaches that we face in life. Honestly, you just really need to know where some of these places are. Hence, it's one of the goals of this channel to show some of them to you. I am sure there are plenty of places which do not get the attention they deserve. For instance, Farmingdale State University, the teaching gardens are also a very nice place with gardens that you can walk through and enjoy, and yes, they are open to the general public for free. In fact, many colleges in and around New York City offer amenities to the public, whether it's through free courses, especially in this digital world after COVID, or access to certain areas on campuses, like here in Farmingdale State University. Of course, students have even more opportunities and privileges, which many times they don't use. For instance, in my own college, students have free admissions, or at least heavily discounted tickets to many museums throughout New York City. Unfortunately, many 18 and 19-year-olds are just thinking about when the class ends so that they can go back to playing their games and being in the social media world. But you know what? Once you grow up and you begin to be more interested in the world around you outside of just your computer and cell phone screens, then you will realize that many of these museums cost $25, even $35 to get into. And at that point, it kind of stinks to pay the full admission fee, doesn't it? While when you had an active student ID card, it could have been free. I'm not saying that I was a model student, but I did sometimes take the opportunity. For instance, one time, I went to New York University for a free classical music concert. And I did see 2 or maybe even 3 museums. And I remember that till this day as really an awesome experience, even at a young age. So my message to those of you who are in college or who are going into college, life moves quickly. And your social media accounts and these unbelievably cool, heart-stopping, seizure-inducing channels on YouTube, like this one, they will be there in a month or a year from now for you to watch. But your experience and opportunities in college do have a time limit, so don't let them slip by. Okay, anyways, back to the Clark Botanic Gardens. This is the former estate of Grenville Clark, who was a lawyer and just an overall active individual in many important historical events. For instance, he was involved in the passage of the Selective Training and Service Act of 1940, which was the first peacetime draft in the United States, requiring all men between the ages of 21 and 45 to be registered. And yes, it was still peacetime, because World War II officially began on September 1st, 1939, with the German invasion of Poland. However, the United States was not officially involved yet, and this was passed in September 1940, hence still in peacetime. It's not going to be until December 8th, 1941, a day after the attacks on Pearl Harbor, that the United States officially entered the war, which was more than a year after the passage of this act. And this draft system remained in place until 1973, when it was replaced with an all-volunteer military force, which is what we have in this country till this day. But even after this, he worked on the United Nations Charter, for instance, along with many other activities. Therefore, a very interesting and fascinating life, which honestly, I should be a bit more familiar with. However, without reading up on it or doing some research, I do not want to go into the details. But certainly a great biography for anyone interested in the topic. It's not really a huge place. If you come here and just walk around without really stopping or sitting down, you can probably walk through all the areas in like 30 minutes, 40 minutes max. But why would you just walk straight through everything? There are some really great and enjoyable things along the way. For instance, like quails. Look at these cute little birds. Or you might decide to just stick around the pond a little bit more and make some friends with the turtles. Or you could honestly just enjoy small little waterfalls that you find throughout the gardens. There is even a trail which will take you through true nature, like a tiny little forest, and not just gardens, if anyone is interested in that. And there is even an apiary and some honey. But do be careful, as there are many bees flying around, so if you are allergic, just use caution. And right here we have the rose garden, which is really nice and beautiful, but as you see, the recent 2 weeks of continuous sun and heat in the city is certainly taking its toll. And at the end, just 2 other kind of small on the side things I found interesting, which probably most people are not gonna find interesting, but I just have to point them out and just sort of show you my geeky side. For instance, the word restroom being spelled as 2 words. That is kind of cool. I never seen this in real life. I know that in the past, this word used to be spelled as 2 separate words like you see here, rest, room. But today, the standard is for this to be 1 single word. So it's also interesting to see and observe how language changes over time. I am sure that if our great-grandparents were still alive and we told them to Google it, we will get smacked with a cane or a broom over the head for using foul language. And the second thing is, well, the size of this tree trunk. It looks innocent from this side, but if you walk around to the other side, you see how truly big this tree used to be. And I don't know, honestly, I just kind of sometimes find these small little things kind of cool. So I hope you enjoyed this short video and this location. I hope you're having a great week. Stay safe out there, and I will see you soon. Bye.